Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and review of the Nike LunarGlide 8 that you can see right here. And basically, I wanted to do a full review of this shoe as well as an on-feet section at the end of the video and give you guys my thoughts on the new model and whether or not it's worth the extra price point from the previous model. So we have the LunarGlide 6 in front, the LunarGlide 7, and then we have the Lunar Epic Flyknit in the back. And I wanted to compare these three models in particular to this because they're kind of similar in a sense, and then these ones are actually quite a bit different than the previous two models. So I'll show you guys the 6 first and look at the 6 to the 8. So this sole that they had back in the day was totally different. The midsole and then the sole was completely different, and then they completely redid it on the 8s. So from 6 to 8, the shoe is completely revamped. If you look at the 6 versus the 7, it was not very much of a difference between these two models. They did add Flyknit to some parts of this model, which didn't really honestly make sense. They changed the kind of the back heel cup area a little bit, but the soles were exactly the same, and the midsole was exactly the same, and the tongue was pretty much exactly the same. So it was like I always give the analogy to like a newer car. So you have the previous year model and, you know, what's different, because sometimes they don't completely revamp the model. They just change the styling of the taillights or whatever, you know, in some models. And then other models, they completely change the car and you get a brand new model. And that's what they did with this one. So the difference between the 6, 7, and the 8, there's a ton of differences. They're nothing alike at all. It's literally a completely different shoe. And if you actually looked at these in hand, you wouldn't know that this was a LunarGlide 8 versus the 7 that you could see here. They changed the layout of the Lunarlon completely. It's rounded now. It doesn't have the kind of the ribbing on the previous one, and you could see the sole, the traction is completely different. They did this kind of radial approach previously, and then you could see here they kind of cut out these inserts to make it so that it would sort of, your foot would kind of, I don't even know. Actually, I have no idea why they did it this way. It's supposed to be for cushioning and comfort, but it's completely weird. And you could see right here, I walked around quite a bit in these, and stuff just gets stuck at the bottom of your feet now, which is not the desired result, in my opinion. So that, to me, is a big step back. However, I do like the traction patterns. I think that they should have laser etched some of these out, but not all the way through, so you can step in things and get stuck. This does have the Flywire on the shoes like previous, and it's just a little bit more pronounced on this model. The Nike swoosh on the side is probably the only thing consistent on the model, and then also the mesh upper is fairly similar to the previous ones. But they went away with the Flyknit. I don't know why they went with a half Flyknit on this pair. They went away with that and then stuck with the mesh upper on this one. The other thing that they did is do the back collar is completely different. So they went with this kind of material and then a heel cup on this section here, and then now they did the fused material, and it's really solid. And so it's actually a pretty nice upgrade from the previous stuff of just getting that little heel cup there. So it's nice and fused. Tongue is fairly similar to the other pair, and the back collar is fairly similar. That's pretty much it. Now, the price point of these ones are $120. You could probably get a LunarGlide 7 for $60, $50, $60. So, I mean, at the price points, I definitely would say, out of these three models, like, honestly, the 6 is my favorite. I like the 6 better than the 7, just because, and if you saw that video, because of the way it bunches up in the toe box area. And I actually like them both better than this one. Now, that doesn't mean that this is not a comfortable shoe. I've worn this many times, as you can see. It is a really comfortable shoe. The aesthetics of the shoe, they don't do it for me like the old LunarGlides, which is sad, because I've had the LunarGlide 1 through 8 now, and the comfort's still there. It's just not aesthetically as pleasing, at least in my opinion. Now, the comparison that I think some of you guys are really wanting to see, this is the $120 price point. This is $150, and this is the Flyknit version. So this is the Epic, Lunar Epic Flyknit versus the LunarGlide 8. And there is a difference. You could see the way that they did the tooling right here, or the way that they cut out the midsole. They made those lines all the way up to the front section, but the bottom section also has a bit more. So you could see the back section has quite a bit more cut out than the other pair. So I think that's probably the main differences between the two. You can see the channel and there is a little bit more recessed as well. So it seems like they did a little bit more for cushioning on this pair than they did on this one. So you kind of, I thought it was exactly the same, so it was kind of cool to be able to see that it's not exactly the same. They did change it up. This one also has some on the inside of the shoe and the other one does not. So you guys could see that. But this one has more on the back. And the Lunar, or the Lunar Epics do not, so that was interesting. Heel cup, and then you could see that it has the lines here. I think this is just a reflective strip for runners. The overall foundation of the shoe is a little bit different, as I just showed you, but the upper obviously is different as well because of the Flyknit versus the regular stuff. So if you like the premium materials of the Flyknit, then this is the way to go for sure. The Lunar Epic lows versus these. And I'll show you guys what they look like on feet right here. So what do you guys think about the new LunarGlide 8s? Do you guys like the new overall look of the shoes? Do you guys not like them? Is it a shoe that you're interested in purchasing? Will you be buying them at Nike outlets, possibly in the future? Price point again is $120. I'm sure you could find them for less. In fact, I always post codes to like Foot Locker and whatnot for like 20% off, and I'm pretty sure these ones would qualify. So the price point should be a bit lower than that. You could probably get them for under $100. In fact, I'll link them to eBay as well in the description. You could probably get them under retail. All in all, it's a comfortable shoe. I like this colorway because it's the simplest looking colorway, and I don't like the overall aesthetic look of the shoe as much as the 6s or the 7s, and I also don't like the bottom, how you basically step into stuff and you can, you know, get rocks stuck in the bottom of your foot. But other than that, it is a really comfortable shoe. I didn't show you guys, but the toe box actually has a shield guard underneath it as well, which is pretty cool. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick review video, and if it was informative for you guys, leave a comment, let me know what you guys liked or did not like about the video. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.